What's going on, Neon Nation, and welcome back for some more Cyberpunk lore and Cyberpunk 2077 content. Today we're talking about Night City, how it was founded, the visionary behind it, Coronado City versus Night City, the mob wars, and the downfall of America's Dream City. This information will again be taken out of the Night City sourcebook from the article Vision and Fire, A Brief History of Night City by Edward Michaels, the Dean of the Night City University within the lore. Now within the world of Cyberpunk 2020, this was reprinted to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Night City on May 17th, 2019. If you take a gander at the calendar that is today in our time, at least in North America, it is also May 17th, 2019. Just a cool little Easter egg I thought you guys would enjoy since the sourcebook was printed in 1991, so this moment in the lore has been 28 years in the making. I didn't actually even plan this, it kinda just conveniently fell into place. Anyways, just a cool little aside, let's get on with the video. Night City was first conceived by Richard Knight when he was a young partner in a construction company called Halsey, Ferris & Knight, which was a firm tackling massive corporate construction projects. With hard effort and excellent results, the firm prospered and all three partners became very wealthy men. By 1990, however, working on office plazas and corporate structures started to not be enough for Richard Knight, who departed to start his own firm, Knight International. An ambitious man, Knight had a dream of creating a city of the future so grand that all cities built before or after it would pale in comparison. With immense design and visionary aspirations, he drew up plans for Knight International to make this city a reality. His next move would be to secure the unheard amount of capital needed to finance the gargantuan project. Luckily enough for Knight, a collapsing society worked in his favor in this endeavor. With the event of the collapse, many megacorporations were starting to establish their own urban areas and controlled zones free of crime, poverty, and debt. In Knight's idealistic city, governments would be run by the corporations, allowing optimum zoning and no anti-business elements to interfere with corporate growth. It was to be a capitalistic mecca of opportunity. By 1992, Arasaka, EBM, and Petrochem had all signed on with Knight, and all that was left was to find the ideal location to build. From the very beginning, Knight focused on the central Californian coast due to its seaport potential, lush environment, and an ideal location for an intercontinental maglev. Funny enough, whilst drafting a buy-in package with Petrochem, it was discovered that the megacorp owned the rights to drilling and most of the land situated around the Del Coronado Bay region. By 1993, Coronado City, Richard Knight's dream city, was under construction. Knight's plan involved a bay which accommodated bulk carriers, a picturesque old downtown, and a gigantic corporate plaza, the new heart of the city. There were plans to have mergers within the city that preserved the neighborhood feel but would unite the surrounding areas. During its construction, however, Knight International used a large number of advanced building styles and techniques which didn't include archaic methods being used by older companies. His old associates of Halsey, Ferris, and now Skiv were excluded during the building process. Furthermore, they had unwisely joined with a local mob figure who had a domineering presence over the NorCal region. Via his scorned ex-colleagues, Knight received frequent threats to his life within the first 4 years of the construction of Coronado City. A proud and self-reliant man, he typically ignored these threats. When the threats escalated, he called in for backup from his corporate partners who dealt with the issue swiftly and ruthlessly. Knight's luck eventually did run out, however, and was shot and killed in his penthouse suite in newly constructed Parkview Tower on September 10, 1998. The killer was never found, and in his memory the newly appointed city council renamed Coronado City Night City. The next 7 years were bloody as a multitude of different powers and influences battled for control of Richard Knight's vision. Whilst corporations controlled the government and the corporate center, the mob controlled the surrounding businesses and outskirts. The corrupt police became useless as a means of enforcing any sort of meaningful policies. In this time, gangs backed by either the mob or the corporates began their ascent to power in one of the forgotten areas of the city known as the Combat Zone. Gangs were so firmly rooted here that the only way to scramble them all would be a full destruction of the zone. By 2005, the mob had ousted everyone else and became the ruling force. Corporations established strongholds on detached areas in their corporate fortresses. They had little interest in running the city. The next 4 years were the dark ages of Night City, with the mob ruling with an iron fist, killing anything and anyone. In this time, notorious gangs like the Blood Razors and Slaughterhouse formed, and Night City soon became the closest thing to hell on earth. After 4 years and countless blood spilled on the streets, the corporations had enough, and thus the mob war was started between 2009 and 2011. Lagging behind in profits and reach within the city, the corporations took the battle to the streets to destroy anything not aligned with their corporate agenda. Led by Arasaka-trained paramilitary troops in assault vehicles, tanks, and combat aerodynes, a wave of bombings, assassinations, and killings descended down on the mob, who in their hubris was ill-prepared. The corporations inevitably succeeded and replaced the mob as the new rulers of Night City. They placed a puppet politician as the mayor, and homelessness became prevalent in this time as you were evicted from your home if you could not pay. Corporate troops moved into these now abandoned residences. As it stands in 2020, Night City has just about recovered from its initial rocky stages. Night City is, however, an armed society, and while complete chaos may be over, Night City is very much still a dangerous place. Thanks for watching, guys, and for everything and anything Cyberpunk 2077, make sure you join Neon Nation by subscribing to the Neon Arcade.